Hello and welcome. The topic today with the editorial is partial relief. And the words in this passage that have been used are partial relief. It means some relief, not full relief. To impair is to weaken or to damage. To stem is to prevent or to control the troubled landscape facing the linchpin industry. It refers to trouble area hindering the core industries. Cognizance is awareness. Fraught competitive landscape, stressful competition, immutable, non-transferable. So these are some of the words and word clusters that have been used in this passage and have a reference. Okay, the topic partial relief, the incomplete relief, not the total relief. The subtopic is AGR dues should not be allowed to impair customer centric investments in telecom. AGR, average gross revenue per user, AGR. This is per user money collection by the telecom companies is referred to as AGR, and this is the dues related to AGR is the money that these companies are to pay to the government. Sorry, AGR refers to adjusted gross revenue. Adjusted gross revenue is to be paid to the government by the companies, and the amount has grown to be very large, and the demand has been pressurized from the court as well. Now it says that such large dues should not be allowed to damage the customer centric investments in telecom. Telecom is being promoted by the government to suffice the and make it the backbone of economic development. Okay, the passage. The Supreme Court's decision this week to allow telecom services providers 10 years time to settle their adjusted gross revenue AGR dues to the government comes as a partial relief to the debt-laden industry. So the opening sentence has given the whole picture. It says that the telecom industry is already debt-laden. They have lots of debt to be paid back to lenders. They have borrowed a lot. Sorry. And the decision of the court, the verdict of the court says that the AGR dues is to be paid by telecom service providers in 10 years time. So 10 years time has been allowed by the court, but then this is not the total relief. It is just the partial relief because those service providers have to pay the debt also, which is also quite enormous. This will give old providers, especially Vodafone Idea, the crucial breathing space to figure out how they can reconfigure their business plans to stem the relentless flow of operational losses and garner the resources to make the sizable annual payments to the center over next decade. So this sentence is a long one and carries lots of information. It says that the old providers, especially Vodafone Idea, which is in deeper trouble as of date, has lots of debt along with AGR dues. It says that this service providers like this one has received some breathing space. They have been uh, allowed some relief, some time gain, so that they can reconfigure their business plans. They can replan their businesses for for controlling the operational losses, the day-to-day losses, and garner resources and collect resources and arrange for the resources to make sizable annual payments to the center over next decade. So these are the two things which they would be able to uh, make out during this 10-year span that the court has allowed them. Sorry. However, in fact, the court has allowed them to pay the whole amount in installments during 10 years. Uh, sort of annual installment has been fixed. However, in setting a time frame, the court, which acknowledged the troubled landscape facing the linchpin industry, seemed to brush aside both the company's requests for a longer horizon as well as center's well deliberated recommendation for a 20-year repayment period, merely terming it excessive. So it says that while setting this time frame, the court said that uh, uh, a 20 years time frame as demanded by as uh, as requested by the central government and 15-year time period requested by the companies were rejected by the court, saying that those period time spans are excessive and as such cannot be allowed. Now, these time periods demand, say for example, the government demanded that companies should be allowed a time span of 20 years. Now, this was done after full consideration of the matter and not merely uh, uh, to compensate for the gravity of the situation. The government, having realized the enormity of problem and its potential for significantly disruptive consequences to not just the industry but the larger economy as a whole, had thrashed out the matter at various levels, including within the cabinet, before submitting its view. This is what the center has to say. It says that the government realized the massiveness of the problem and saw that if sorry if the demand is raised to be paid in one go, then the telecom backbone of the country will have disruptive consequences, and the outcome would be a bad effect to larger economy as a whole. So the government thrashed the matter at various levels, deeply thought over the matter over various levels, including within the cabinet, before submitting its view to the court. So the views were did not belong to one man, but it was well considered and deliberate. Without naming any company, the center had made clear that where the AGR dues to be sought at one go, it could well push a service provider into insolvency proceedings. So the center made it clear that if AGR dues are demanded at one go, all dues at a time, if the demand is raised for the whole of the dues at at one time to be paid by the companies, then it will push all these companies to insolvency or bankruptcy. Such a turn could potentially impact millions of subscribers, with the surviving operators finding their capacities stretched to handle a sudden surge of mobile portability requests while simultaneously maintaining quality of service. Now it says that if such a demand is raised that the company should pay uh, all dues at a time, then this is likely to push them into bankruptcy troubles, and uh, this will impact millions of subscribers. And the service providers who survive, who do not go into bankruptcy, insolvency proceedings, who survive and clear the dues, will face stretched capacities, high demands of services, and sudden increase of mobile portability requests. Uh, and with this, whether they will be able to maintain the quality of service uh, remains to be answered. The Indian Banks Association had also explained its position in seeking a judicious and non-disruptive outcome. The IBA, Indian Banks Association, who have lent a lot of money to these service providers, also want the outcome to be judicious and something that the business cycle is not disrupted. The IBA represented the various lenders who have much at stake, given that industry debt, including that which is under resolution as part of insolvency and bankruptcy court process, amounts to over 4 lakh crore. Now it says that the lenders, IBA represented various lenders who have paid who have a lot of money at stake. Some of the money which also belongs to be recovered from some of the service providers who are under insolvency proceedings, and the total amount would be uh, uh, and would be equal to 4 lakh crore. This is too much. The court, in its order, did take cognizance of the multiple threats to the industry's well-being, the depressed levels of average revenue per user, the fraught competitive landscape where a new entrance tariff had triggered a price war hurting revenues, a surge in data usage even as the price to such data plans remained almost unviably low, and an overall diminishing ability to continue to invest in capital spending for infrastructure upgradation and new technology, including upcoming adoption of 5G networks. So, this sentence gives a lot of threats that service providers are facing, and the court has uh, shown its awareness to all these threats in its verdict. Now, what are the threats? The threats are number one, depressed levels of average revenue per user. The money that service providers collect from each and every user. The stressful competition where a new entrant, the Reliance Telecom Geo, it is talking about Geo, who made an entry into this landscape and reduce the prices so much that a vigorous price war began, and that price war resulted in hurting revenues to old players. A surge in data usage even as the price of such data plans remained almost unviably low. So data usage was high, with a very low data plans, unviably low, so low that they cannot be sustained, and an overall diminishing ability to continue to invest in capital spending for infrastructure upgradation. This unviable data plans have resulted in their diminishing in reducing their ability continuously, to such an extent that now they are not able to upgrade infrastructure, uh, and the new technology, including upcoming adoption of 5G networks, both uh, undergo threats. While the companies themselves are yet to decide on whether to seek a curative review of the latest verdict, the future of India's ambitious dreams of enabling a pan-India digital ecosystem that seamlessly connects the remotest rural inhabitant with a plethora of e-enabled services hinge on ensuring the industry stays healthy and vibrant. So this says that uh, the companies are yet to decide over a review, curative review for the latest verdict. The the dreams of having a, uh, all India digital ecosystem, so that each Indian is able to access so many a plethora of so many e-enabled services is to be taken into account, and for that the industry has to be healthy and vibrant, active. For that the government needs to look beyond AGR issues and reimagine the way it prices and seeks to monetize the precious yet immutable public asset of radio spectrum in future. Now it says that something more important than AGR issues lies with the government, and that is there in replanning the pricing and monetization of the non-transferable public asset. What is the public asset? The radio spectrum is the public asset. So for future, the government has to be alert on these two things. Monetization of this asset is more important than the AGR dues. This is a suggestion from the author. So with this, I close. Thank you.